everybody. Welcome to the Joyful Findings Show this beautiful, beautiful September 16th of 2022. I am so glad you guys are here. I'm so glad you guys are here. It's amazing time to be alive if you know how to maneuver through it. Okay. And I feel like a lot of you guys out there right now are really learning how to maneuver through this life. Okay. It's kind of been rocky roads in some places, but now it's becoming easier for many of you once you learn to get into the right flow, right? Sometimes we create a lot of resistance in our own life so that things will not move forward. We have to release that and follow the joy. So this is why we're here at Joyful Findings today, so we can each find our joy, because each and every one of you are in the process of finding that. All right, let's see who we got shaking out here this evening. We always got Ruth. Hello, dear Ruth. Ruthie. I guess I called you that last week, and then Carolyn called you that last night. I was like, I really like that. I'm going to start calling you that. Apparently I already did, though. Ha, 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 Ruth. All right, and Lanka. Hello, dear. How are you today? And Valley. All right. So I see there's a few of you out there today. Thank you for being here. Okay, and I feel like there's this energy that's kind of like hanging around all of us. Oh, there's a few more of you popping in there. Hello, Dia. Hello, Carol. So glad you could be here. And Barbara, hello. Congratulations on your new home too, Barbara. Woo-hoo. True new beginnings for her. Woo-hoo. Ruth says you can call me Ruthie whenever you want. All right, Ruthie. Ruthie the Truthy. Woo-hoo! Let's do it, Ruth. All right. Awesome. And Veronica's out there. You guys are all popping in now. Ping, 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 ping. I love it. All right. You guys are bringing, no wonder I was starting to feel all this like different energy. But anyways, all this energy that I'm feeling right now, I feel like there is people, maybe it's the collective, maybe it's whatever energy I'm tapping into. It could be some of you that are listening right now or even later that are feeling this energy either in between your eyes or again in the throat chakra. Okay, so we're looking at third eye and we're doing throat chakra stuff. Okay, so everyone take a deep breath and let the energy just flow through you, around you. Know that you are fluid, right? Energy is fluid. Energy just goes around stuff. Energy just moves, okay? So this is how we need to think of ourselves right now, okay? Think of ourselves as this energy, okay? I want you guys to all feel into this. All this beautiful, loving light energy, just being in the flow, being in the know and being in the flow. All right, I think that's someone's new affirmation. Being in the know and being in the flow, okay? Because you know when you're in that flow, when you get into God's flow, when you're in that right rhythm, things just pop, 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 pop. Everything just falls into place for you. Okay, so I want you guys to recognize those things as we move forward. Those things that have just been popping up for you maybe, or things that have just been falling into place for you. And just know that when things, okay, with disruptions in life, right, always comes a better outcome. We may not recognize it when the things are being thrashed around and it doesn't look so pretty. But on the other side of it, we always see the betterment of it. Okay, so you have hindsight now. So you can see where you've been. You can see where you are right now, right? You can see this. You're feeling this because you're right here in the physical right now, no matter where you are. What are you wanting to create for yourself? Okay. And I want you to think about where you're trying to move into or what you're trying to move up into. There's something you guys are all trying to do right now. Okay. Excuse me. And the burps are coming already, you guys. All right. And I'm feeling that my third eye when I say this. So I want you guys to do a little visualization. Okay. We're going to close our eyes for a second. Okay. Unless you're in the car, I don't want you to do this now. Pause, do it later. But anyways, I want you guys to just close your eyes for a minute, okay? I want you guys just to feel the energy behind your eyes, between your third eye, right there in your third eye, right behind there. I want you to feel that energy as it starts to crackle and break up, right? I want whatever might still be there that no longer needs to be there, that's not serving your highest and best interest, that's not allowing you to see with full visibility or clarity. We ask that this be cleared. Okay, we're asking that this third eye be cleared so you have clear vision. You have clear vision in the physical, you have clear vision in the spiritual, and you're able to understand a lot more. Okay, and it's really feels like someone's like taking like a jackhammer to the third eye tonight. So I want you guys to feel that. And I want you guys to release whatever that energy is, okay? Because it's not needed now. Allow it to break it up. Maybe that's what the jackhammer's for. It's like going in there after those little calcium deposits, and it's like, you know, and it's like, you know, just like if you were breaking up cement in a sidewalk because you wanted to put in a driveway or whatever, okay? Again, I'm always using earth stuff. How interesting is that? But anyways, you guys know what I'm talking about because I feel like you guys get me on many different levels, and I appreciate you guys for that because not a lot of people do. But we're all starting to get a better understanding of ourselves as we move forward, right? Our spiritual selves combined with the human self. So we're always in this, like, I'm going to call it somewhat of a tug of war, right? Between the human self and the spiritual self. And then we're still pretty human. So we want to think with our brain and we want things to be logical. But let me tell you, the more that you step away from that logic stuff and get into your spiritual and go, all right, I'm open to the highest and best outcome for this. I'm not going to worry about that. And if you don't, then the good things start to come. So they want you to recognize the good things that are starting to come into your life because you're starting to let go of some of that past stuff. Okay. Some of those past thoughts, past beliefs, whatever it is that you might still be holding on to that's no longer serving this person that you are right now. Okay. Because each of you are evolving in your spiritual self. It's like pulling back those onion layers to find out what's underneath all those layers that have been laid on top of us. Okay. So many of you right now in the physical are going through this. Okay. Spiritually, emotionally, you name it, you guys are feeling it. And they just want to say, you guys are doing a great job. Great job. You guys are doing a great job. Okay. So, you guys, I didn't really get much of a writing except for welcome to my show. But then I did get this little drawing right here. So I want you guys all to look at this. Okay. And I want you guys to feel into it. Like, what do you guys get from it? Do you guys get anything? Do you feel anything? And then I'll tell you guys what I got. Okay. Because from what I'm getting, and they even want me to hold it up while I tell you guys. Okay. So, let me see. I got to do it this way. Over here is like, this is where we've been, right? This is all like chaos. You know, and then this right here, this reminds me of a swan taking off. Okay. So this is like, reminds me of a big bird and it's graceful like a swan, right? So swan is taking off and it doesn't even care that it's a little stormy up here. I feel like there's a little storm going on up here, right? So it doesn't even care. It's just taking off from all of this, just taking off. And over here where it's flying to and where it's landing, there's new growth because this is a flower that we have going on here. So I want you to know, no matter what you guys have been through, you guys have the ability to take off now and land in a different space. Okay. And that goes by your, what you think, how you think it, and the things that you say, right? Because everything has power. Everything is energy, and words are also energy, right? Because when we get mad, we go blah, 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 or when we're happy, the words all have energy. So pay attention to this energy as we move forward, okay? And there's also a Z in there. So I just noticed that too. There's a Z. So we must be close to the end because Z is the end of the alphabet, right? And it's in a loop-de-loop. So anyways, we're going to have a lot of fun tonight in this hour of joyful findings. And I see more of you popping up out there. Hello, Robin. Hello. Woo-hoo. You're being kicked in the butt. Well, hopefully that's not happening too badly. And Richard. Hello, Richard. So glad you're here as well. And I think I said hello to almost all of you. And if I didn't, hello, and thank you for being here. And I want to thank you guys for being a part of this world, okay? Because it has not always been easy, okay? And almost we chose for a lot of the hardness that we had to go through, whatever the trials and the tribulations and the drama that we've had in our past, we had to experience for the experience, okay? There was a reason we needed to experience the things that we experienced, okay? And even moving forward, all the experiences that we have, whether they're in relationships or jobs or whatever, these are experiences that you've asked to come into your life. You can choose how to have that experience, okay? Because just think of them, they're all like, think of them all as little experiences, right? They're all tiny, right? If you look at your whole life, they're all very minuscule in size, okay? Moving forward, I want you guys to know that you have control of the new experiences, okay? Because you've learned somewhere back here in all these old patterns that did not work for you, that you've had to do something different to create a new experience, okay? And sometimes that might be knowledge, that might be some research, that might be some soul searching that you really have to do with inside yourself, because there may be outside influences that are still kind of coming at you a little bit. And if there is any outside influences outside of self, outside of yourself, your God self, ask that there be no more interference. Okay. Ask for this. Ask for there to be no more interference with this perfect self. Okay. No more outside chatter if it's not for your highest and best good. Okay. If it's not, it can't come in your bubble. Okay. And again, there must be some new people out here that need to know about protection, because they just showed me my bubble and I need to show you guys that or teach you guys that. So a lot of times, guys, when I use my protection, a lot of people call it shielding, light up, whatever it is that you like to do for yourself. I like to make it simple. I like to say bubble up. And for me, that is as simple as looking like Glenda the Good Witch and the Wizard of Oz and her pink translucent bubble. I'm able to see out, people are able to see in, but the negative and whatever is experiencing outside that bubble does not have to come in and affect me inside my bubble anymore. I can be an outside observer and not have judgment on what's happening. Okay. So that's another thing that I want to throw out there too, because not that any of you are doing this, but I'm just coming across this a lot in my interactions with other people lately, that there's still a lot of judgment going on there. Okay. And it's not for us to judge another being. Okay. They chose to have this experience for whatever reason. Okay. And that's exactly what it is an experience. Okay. And I don't know why they're going on with this word experience, but this is a very, very important word this evening, I guess. Okay, so each experience brings more knowledge and wisdom to you. It brings more awakening, okay? It helps you remember who you are, okay? So there's a lot of things that are going through in the energy right now, and some of you are being whipped into it, okay? I need you to find where your calm is, where your peace is, okay? Where is your balance? Where is that, I don't feel too off kilter or whatever, but where is that balance? Where is that inner peace? And know that you can create that. You have it within you. You just have to recognize it within you and then start to accept it. Okay. It's not something that we are taught. It's something that we have to relearn about ourselves and finding that peace. Okay. So I want you guys to be aware of that this evening. Okay. I want you guys to be aware of a lot of stuff. I want you guys to be aware of everything. I want you to pay attention to everything. And I literally mean everything. I mean, yesterday I forget where I was even going, but I had to drive somewhere. And, I'm always looking in the sky while I'm driving. And all of a sudden I see this. Okay, you can see the clouds. There's almost like this dark line that goes through the sky, but then it also runs into one of the chemtrails or whatever you want to call them, right? So this dark line to me seems like I want you all to start looking up more. I want you guys to start paying attention to the skies more, the color of the sky, the clouds that are in the sky, the weather that's in your skies. I want you guys to be paying attention to everything, because everything means something. Okay. And something is always going to be triggered by that something. Okay. So I just want you guys to be aware of that. And once we start saying something and we talk about it out loud, it's usually more of it will flow in front of you. So even if you say it out loud to your friend or you text it to somebody, say the information to somebody else, somehow all that information starts to flow and it starts a dialogue, and then it starts more information that flows between the two, and then it puts more dots together. So this is kind of where I feel like we're teaming up a little bit. You know what I mean? Because you're finding your spiritual, I don't even know what the right word I'm looking for is, but you're finding your soul connections to help you understand more in the moment. Okay? And it's not going to be around the negative people, even though there's still something to learn by them. But those are not the people that you're sharing this information with, okay? Because they already have their lessons that they need to learn in this time and space. But now it's like you are finding the people that you can converse with to have these conversations with, okay? So they just want you to be aware of the people that are around you and the people that you can start having conversations with about these things, okay? Because it's like going to a deeper level, it's going to a deeper understanding, and it's helping some of the people around you, even though they may not understand it at first. They're going to get something that plants a seed to help awaken them to who they really are, okay? Because there's a lot of people that are still a little asleep out there, right? They're not connected to their God source. They're not following their heart's path. You know, they're just like I don't even know what the word is that I want to call all of them either, but anyways, there's that going on. So, but you guys are getting past all of that, okay? We're all past that already. It's like we're all looking at that like it's like, woo, we got in our little car, we did a little burnout, and they're like all back there where we were just burned out from. Okay, we're not there anymore. And I don't know who's out there that likes to do the little race car and little burnouts and stuff, but that's funny. Sliding sideways and all that stuff. Someone's out there doing some fun stuff in a car, little donuts. Okay, so there's people that are taking off. You guys are just taking off, and this is like happy joy. Okay, so you guys have taken off now, and you guys are off and running. Okay, it's like, where do you want to go from here? What are you creating from this moment forward? It's very important that you tap in and go, all right, what is it that I want to create? What is it that brings me happiness? And then the money and the abundance will flow beyond that. Okay, they want you to make that decision of following joy first, and then all of that kind of follows behind you. Okay, and everything that you're going to need along the way is just going to pop up in front of you. So it's like freeing, very freeing, very freeing. Okay. Woo! All right, Robin says we are having an air show going on here. 4 planes side by side, going upside down and all around. It was amazing. That's awesome. Yes, yes. See, looking to the sky, 4 planes. What do I get from that? I get that there's 4 pillars. There's a foundation that's being created. Okay, so each one of you have this new foundation that you've created for yourself. It's like we've all come up out of the, what do I want to call this? Anyways, we've created this new foundation. You can call it whatever you want in the past. I don't need to give it a name anymore, but this is what we're creating from this day forward. You all have these new platforms, these new foundations that you are getting ready to build your new skyscrapers, your new houses, your new whatever it is that you're getting ready to create in this lifetime. Okay. So I want you guys to know that you have the foundation. Now it's just about building that, trusting that, believing in that. And oh my God, you guys are going to be so amazed at how your life turns out. Okay. You have the ability to turn your lives around in beautiful ways, but we have to get out of our brain long enough to tap into our soul to go, all right, I know I was put here for a reason. And I know part of that reason is finding my joy. And part of that joy is also being of service of others. How can I do that? And then everything just kind of falls together. Okay, so you guys are on the verge of all of this falling all together. Okay. But you guys also have this pretty foundation that you guys are starting from. So you guys are the creators, the master architect of what comes next. Okay. And doing it out of joy. Don't feel like you have to do anything out of obligation. Okay. Like, don't do it out of obligation. Do it out of joy and passion. If it brings joy to your heart, it gives you like, oh, I want to get up and do that today. I'm so excited. I want to do it. Go do it. Okay. So you guys got this. You guys got this. You guys got this. You guys, I've been talking a long time. I've been talking a long time. You guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. Well, hello, Cheyenne. So glad you could be here this evening as well. Awesome. Awesome. And Joyce, so glad you are here. I'm so glad you guys are kicking it with us this evening. Hello, Kate. Hello, hello, hello. All right, you guys, it's been an amazing evening so far, and we still have time to go, which is fun, fun, fun. If you guys are into tipping and donating this evening, there are 3 ways to do that. You guys can do that through Venmo, you guys can do that through Super Chat, and you guys can do that through Rumble Rant. Okay, if you guys feel so inclined. And if you guys do donate, I jump on those first, just so you know. And I also have a sponsor. So if you guys ever want to have, if you guys have small businesses out there and you guys ever want to get your name out there to more people, and, you know, maybe people on my show or anyone that follows Goldylocks Productions, maybe you need to look into sponsoring one of the shows, right? And getting your name out there more to more people. Because really about moving forward, right, is about us all coming together and collaborating and working together. Okay. It's like I had a client today, you know, and I love when this happens. I love helping other people. This is so awesome. Right. It's like I was talking to a client and she needed to come up with 3 different things. And I knew 3 different people here locally that could help her with those things. I was like, I'm going to connect you with them and then you guys work it out from there. So it's about us networking with each other. Okay. You all have a valuable service or product that you have. And we're getting ready to go into the holiday season. Okay. The season of giving. So this is a good time for us to be sharing each other's products and services so that you can help give it us. We're helping the little guys this year and we're kicking the big box stores to the curb. Okay, that's pretty much what we're saying because we want to be supportive of our community. So if you can find it locally, great. If you can't find what you're looking for locally, then outsource to a different state. But don't go to the big box stores. Okay, this is what I'm saying. So this is about us being like sharing the love with each other as we move forward. And it's funny that I say that. And Cheyenne says Colin's here now too, and he just got the whole networking group. See, you put it out there to the universe to get a big group like that, and pow! Now you got 2,000 people to moderate. So make it happen, Captain. Okay, and again, sharing each other's what we do, right? Sharing what we do with each other. Oh, you're sweet. Oh, Cheyenne, you'll be first, my friend. Okay, so there's this, you know, well, anyways, I got all sidetracked. You guys are awesome. But it's time for us to start networking with each other, okay? Share your products with each other. Share your services with each other. And I always tell you guys to drop that in here too. Oh my God. Merlin, this is so funny. Okay, so I'm going to jump on Cheyenne and I'll probably give Colin one too since they tipped me over on Venmo. So I appreciate you guys. That's so awesome. Okay, so Cheyenne, I'm going to do you first and then I'll do Colin after that. Or maybe I should do it the other way around. We'll see how it goes. Okay. Well, anyways, they want me to start with Cheyenne. So the really interesting thing about Cheyenne and Merlin, right? Because she has a connection to Merlin. Okay. And which is really, 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 really funny because it's the same exact car that we drive, which is crazy, same color and everything. So Merlin reminds me of magic. okay? And with that magic, even with the experience that you had recently where it could have cost a lot of money, but then it didn't, the universe is also looking out for you because you didn't freak out. Also, you changed the way that you would pattern things around that, right? And Merlin's giggling. So I think he comes to you in your dreams or whatever. He's like showing me like all these little potion things. But anyways, also dragons are really important around you too, which is funny that your car is Merlin and my car is my dragon. Okay, so we've gone back to this time of, King Arthur back in the day. But anyways, they also want you to focus on the magic and stuff that you're creating moving forward. They also do not want you to spread yourself too thin. So if you have 60 projects going on, you know what I mean? There's one that you have to kick to the curb that's taking too much of your energy, and it's like beating your head against the wall. So again, that doesn't bring passion, that doesn't bring joy. So getting rid of the things that no longer bring passion and joy, okay? Which is awesome. And also, yeah, so you're going to do some more research with Merlin too, because I feel like things are going to start popping up. Like the information is going to start flowing in front of you for Merlin. Okay, so that's going to be way cool, way cool. Inside joke, because my car is named Merlin and I had no idea I had a connection with him. Well, sometimes we don't know. We come up with names and we don't know what that connection is to it. You know what I mean? Now you know why it is. Now it's more of an inside joke than you ever knew, because all the answers are right inside here, right here, right here, right here. Okay, so I'm going to leave that with you, Cheyenne, today. And you're doing amazing things. All right, so Colin, so what I got for you. Okay, so you like to stay very busy. And I feel like you are going to be creating something that's outside the box, okay? Because you don't like to stay inside of a box. That's not your thing. You want to start. And I feel like you need to hire more people. So I don't know if you're going to get busy or whatever, but I feel like there's more people on the horizon. And you're asking for the right people, right? You're asking for people that fit into the flow, right? You're asking for the people that you can help and assist. The people that you can help and assist, they can help and assist more. So they're showing me like you've got the right mindset, right? And it's getting out of your own way, because sometimes you get a little stubborn about things, and you need to let that go. Okay, because it's not a time to be stubborn right now. It's a time to reflect and see what you can do about the change to make it happen. Okay. And also, you're very good at speaking your truth. So I feel like there's going to be some kind of book or some kind of something coming up. You know what I mean? And you don't have to be the one to write it. You can just talk to somebody and they'll write it for you. But there's some kind of information that you need to share with others that is very big. So it's either I feel like I have a big binder in front of me. You know what I mean? So I feel like I'm doing a lot of important things and I don't know what that is. But I feel like you're doing them, Cullen. So I'm going to leave that with you. Keep doing it and do amazing things with this networking group. Actually, you're like, I feel like you're getting like all these ones together and you're pulling them all together. And also, if you can make some kind of resource that we could all just like go to, like at like Yellow Pages used to be. Can we get a new Yellow Pages, but it all just like be good people, and not call it Yellow Pages? But you come up with your own thing. But anyways, I'm going to leave that with you, and I hope you enjoy that. So this is a perfect time for me to take a break from our sponsor, because we do have one of those. Feng Shui My Space, the beautiful Marsha Morse, who can actually sell you a house here in Sarasota or help you sell yours if you have one of those as well. Check it out, Feng Shui My Space. awesome. I always want to get up and start dancing when she starts playing that music from Marsha's ad there. But you guys check out fengshuimyspace.com. Give Marsha a shout out if you guys need some help energy clearing in your house and getting the mojo moving. If you need to make more money, get it in your wealth section. If you need more love, put it in your love section. You know, she'll hook you up. Okay, so I'm going to leave that with you guys. Thank you, Marsha. Oh, we're changing up the energy. Cheyenne says, thank you. He's working on everything you just said. Thank you so much. Isn't that awesome that he's doing everything that I just said right now? So I'm in your energy, Colin. Woo! All right, you guys. All right, so you guys, woo! I love that. Networking is a great thing. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You guys, it's awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Okay, so let's see what they would like to share with you guys this evening. What else would they like me to share with you guys this evening? Because there's a lot of changes that are going to be coming up, and they want you all to be prepared. Okay. And what I mean by prepared is, what do you want to create after today? What are you in the process of creating? Okay. Because whatever it is has to at least be baby steps. You have to at least make the baby steps. Okay, to start to create something new. Okay. And we're all in the process of creating something new. Okay. So let's use, all right, I'll use one of my clients from this week. Okay. So I had a client this week and they keep looking for jobs, and it's all just about finding the job for the money. It's not finding the job because, woohoo, I want to go to work and make some money at this job. It's like, I got to get up and I got to go to this job and I don't want to be there. Okay. And the question is, why am I not hearing back from these jobs? And I'm like, because there's no passion for the job. There's like, you're looking at it for a financial aspect, but you're not looking at it from a joy aspect. Now, how can you step outside the box, still find that financial aspect, but maybe something that's outside your box? You know what I mean? Because there's so many people out there looking for people to be employed right now. There's employers out there looking for you guys right now with your beautiful skills that you have. It's just finding that right connection and that right fit, if that's what it is. And if that's not what it is, then maybe it's becoming self-employed or whatever it is that's going to bring you joy in creating that moving forward. Okay. I want you guys to think about these things as we move forward, right? What is it that's going to create more joy and happiness? What's going to create that abundance in your life that you want? And once you find out, once you say, all right, this is what my joy is going to be, this is what creates my passion, call in the right people. Say, all right, this is what I want to do. I want to connect with the people. Okay. They want me to use my house as an example. All right, let's go back to 2008. All right, we're going back a while, guys. We're going to go back to the other recession that we had, okay? And I was in the process of losing my house through foreclosure, right? I was the first one. I kept getting laid off from all my jobs that I would get, right? And being a single mom, there wasn't a whole lot you could do. But anyways, so I lost my house. So I said, all right, God, I said, I need a safe place that I can afford to raise my child. I was like, I don't need anything outside of that. But I had specific needs that it needed to be safe. And that was something that I could afford, you know, and safe in many ways. Safe as a homeowner, it's safe area, you know. So, and God provided me that the very next day. So what is it, the words that you're using to put it out there to meet the people that you need to meet? Okay. Because not only that, I've almost been in this house 15 years yet. And I have the best landlord ever, 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 ever. You know what I mean? I couldn't have asked for a better guy, but God led me to it that day. He lined us up, right? So there's these divine paths that we're supposed to get on. And don't think that we're not supposed to have experiences on these, because we do. They're still experiences, right? And that's the beginning part of this, was experiences. So we're all going through all these different experiences as we keep moving forward, right? And how do we react or play out in these experiences moving forward? So think of it as an act in a play, right? and you had the role of playing the evil villain. Okay, just say that. Okay, and then all of a sudden that part of your life is over, and then all of a sudden you recognize, all right, that's not the person that I need to be. And then you start to turn into a new person. You start to create into this new being of love and light and joy and all this stuff. Okay, so it's through these transitions of who we've been, because maybe we did contract to be that evil person, maybe through our teenage years and maybe even into our 20s. I must be talking about me. And then we started to recognize that life needed to change as we moved along, right? So there's things about us that we had to play that role to get us to the next section, okay? But now we're in a different act, we're in a different play, and you are now the director. You get to take over as director. You don't have to listen to what other people have told you, because why am I talking about plays and stuff like that? But anyways, the direction that you want to take this, right? You are the director of your life. You're the architect of what's coming next. You get to be the creator of it, and you make it happy, sad, or whatever by the choices that you make moving forward. Okay, so it's very important that you tap in to what it is that brings you joy, that you want to create moving forward. Okay, they really want you to think about this. I've said that like 5, 6 times tonight. So I really want you guys to think about this. Okay. What, not only you joy, but maybe your family joy, maybe there's something you could do to tweak in your life, that you didn't do before, or you keep doing over and over again, and you recognize it's a pattern, but you haven't recognized it needs to stop yet, because you'll recognize everything is a pattern. Okay. Everything's a pattern. This is how I get to know people so well. And it drives my boyfriend crazy, because I know things that he's going to do before he does it, because he's already done it before. It's like deja vu, like 100,000 times. Like I've seen this before. So we start to recognize what these patterns are. Okay. Whether they're in ourselves or in others. Okay. We can start to recognize what they are. So I just want you guys to notice that. Yeah, you guys, like and subscribe. Woo-hoo! And share it and share it. That's another thing. Share. Hey, Sage, how are you this evening? So glad you could be here. Hello. I'm glad that you guys are all here in this space and in this energy as we're all moving forward, because things are going to start to rock and roll. Okay. And we are already on the, okay. So it's so funny, because as they show me this, I close my eyes and I get this vision. So I want you guys to pay attention to some of the visions that are coming, or that might come up in your mind while you're doing whatever you're doing. Maybe it's during the day or whatever. But anyways, as all the old stuff crumbles, right? Because that's what they keep showing me. So watch as, okay, old civilizations have crumbled to nothingness, right? They've crumbled down to nothing. So, and we've done this pattern before, because we've had floods, we've had disasters, ice ages, whatever you want to go through are things, right? There's been that destruction mode. Okay. And we get to play it different this time. Okay. We've chosen to do this pattern differently this time. Okay. Not that a lot of things aren't still going to be destroyed, but it's all things that no longer serve us as the highest and best on this earth plane. So the truth is finally being shown to us. It's up to you whether you're choosing to see it or not. Okay. And what your truth is in this particular moment. Again, this is part of your experience as we move forward. Okay. So I want you guys to feel into that. And you guys are bringing the heat now, because woo, you guys, I'm sweating already. So you guys are bringing in the heat, the energy. But anyways, the truth is coming to the surface, okay? Back in about, I'm going to say, because for me, 2010 to 2012 was really transitional for me, and I really started to step into my spiritual awareness and abilities and finding the right mentors to help me understand the things that I was experiencing. You know what I mean? Because you just never know what you're going to experience, right? So in that time, and getting to know my guides and starting to have this dialogue with my inner self, right? Because that's the best way for me to describe it, because it's really me talking to myself. It's like I have conversations all day long with my higher self. It's like we just have these conversations. But anyways, that's here and there. I'm just babbling now. But anyways, these conversations and having all these conversations, back then I knew that all the truth that was buried deep in the earth, right? It's been buried very, very, very deep. Okay. And it's been coming up. I was like, there's going to be, it had to come up from underneath. So it's kind of showing me like a hidden city. You know what I mean? So whatever has been hidden underneath needs to come up so that we can see it, because nothing can be hidden from us anymore, right? It's like nothing is supposed to be hidden from us. We're supposed to have all the truth, all the knowledge, no more manipulation. You know what I mean? All the stuff that we've experienced for many, many lifetimes now that we've chosen not to anymore. So instead of totally making a total destruction of the earth, right, which could have happened back in 2012 or give or take. Anyways, a lot of people, the consciousness of the people started to rise. We started to rise. The consciousness started to rise, and we started to believe in God again. Okay, we started to find source, whatever that meant for you. Okay, it didn't mean you had to go into a church to find God. You do not have to go into a church to find God. God is within you. Okay, everything, all that knowledge is within you. We are all connected with that within. Okay, because I am and you are, we all are. Okay, we all are part of God. No one has more of a part than God than all of us. Okay, so we've started to raise this consciousness. Okay, and more of you started to connect more and more and more and more and more. Okay, and then you started to get more and more and more and more of the truth, right? And then you started putting more and more and more and more and more of the pieces together, and then more of the things that happened to you maybe when you were 5 or 7 or 9 started to make more sense to you when you were 25 and 30. And then you're starting to go, now I know why I experienced that, so I would understand this now, right? And it's like craziness, because when I say that, takes me. I guess I'm gonna talk a lot about me this evening. You guys are gonna find out a lot about me this evening. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to my childhood a little bit here. Okay, I'm gonna go back to when I lived in Connecticut, and my cousin and my friend from next door, and I think her cousin, and we were all like hanging out on my swing set, and we're talking about what we want to be or do when we're older and stuff like that. And they're all like, we want to be married, and they just whatever job they wanted to do. And I strictly recall saying that both my parents would be gone by the time I was 30. Okay, and they were like, what do you mean? What do you mean? And I didn't know what I meant back then. I didn't know. Okay. I had no idea. I was just a kid. I was 9. Right. So, speed up to my 29th birthday. And my father died that year, right after my 29th birthday. So they did not make it till I was 30. And not that that's funny, but now, I mean, he's been gone a long time now. And we have lots of conversations. But for me to go back and recall that memory from when I was 9, knowing what I would know when I was 29. Okay, knowing that was coming. And now that I knew that, right, and I look back now, and that took me, my father's been done, 22 years now. So it's like, going through the spiritual process helped me recognize a lot of the things that I had to experience when I was younger, so I could understand that my soul knew a lot more than what I was letting on to, okay, than I really knew. Okay, and then another thing, 3 days before my father passed away, I cried uncontrollably for 3 days. I could not stop crying. There was nothing bad going on in my life at that moment. My life was dandy. I had a job I loved. I was doing everything that I wanted to do. But I cried for 3 days until my father died. And that morning, but that he passed away, I went there and I talked to him at his house, and I was like, I don't know what's going on with me. I can't stop crying, and we were able to say, I love you. And I said goodbye to him. I had, with no knowledge that he was going to pass away that day, but my soul was already affecting my body to go into the knowing that I was going to have grief when that happened, if that makes sense to you. So it's like you have the ability to know more things than we allow ourselves to know that we know. Okay. And that's how I have to tell you guys. Sometimes we just know things that we know that we can't tell you how we know it. Okay. So those are just a couple of my stories, of things that have happened that helped me recognize that I knew a lot more even back then, that it took me until I was older for me to understand why I had to experience that, right? Because why would you have to experience that? You know what I mean? And Veronica says, I can totally relate to that story. See, I'm glad you can relate to that. Goldylocks, yes, so true. We know. All right, seems like we just talked about acting it out, talking to me. Yes, we're all acting, right, in this world. Good, tell your story. Thank you, Sage. Appreciate you. Truth, yes. And this is my truth, right? This is allowing me to stand in my truth, because when we can stand and talk about our truth, look, 3 of you at least out there said you can relate with that. Okay, that's important. That's important. Okay, because we all have things that we keep locked up inside of us thinking no one understands it. No one understands us. You know what I mean? But there's more people out there that understand us more than anything in the world. Okay, anything in the world. Cheyenne says, that's the kind of like how I refused to take the girls to my mom's house the day she died by suicide, even though I told everyone we were going. Yes, exactly. And I just got lit up. So lots of energy coming to you for that, Cheyenne, because your soul knew exactly what to do in that moment. Okay, you knew exactly what you needed to do in that moment. So they're saying bravo. And Sage says things happen to us for all of us to learn. Yes. And sometimes the learning can be very difficult, but I'm getting now that we can make it a lot easier, because we can start choosing the words to create more joy in our lives, right? This is what I call about retraining our brain, right? It's like, all right, so I talked to my landlord today, right? And of course, we have problems here. He needs to do something with the septic, either the leach field or something has to happen, and he's like, the guy can't come out till Monday. And I'm like, that's cool. I'll just ride with it, whatever, we'll just go with the flow. And he's like, yeah, but it's probably going to need the whole septic system, or it's going to need that. And I'm like, whoa. I was like, let's put it out there that it's going to be an easy fix. I don't want you to have to spend a lot of money, man. I was like, but he wasn't hearing that. He was just knowing that anytime that something happens, it's always going to cost a lot of money, right? It's going to be like a lot of money. So I keep putting a lot of energy into the grass over there. You know what I mean? So it's like some kind of easy fix or something, like some kind of weird thing happened, because it really shouldn't need to be replaced. You know what I mean? So, but it's like, how are you going to think about that process that's coming forward, right? Are we going to make that easier for ourselves, or are we going to make that harder for ourselves? So they want you to think about the words that you're using and what you're creating next, okay? So they want you to remember that stuff. You're welcome, my dear. Richard, I'm looking into joining a local theater group. Woo-hoo! Good that. Go, Veronica. Sage says, also, I have graduated now in med school. I'm older and wiser. You go, girl. That's awesome, because we all change, I've changed jobs so many times, but I can tell you the one thing that I've always done more than anything has been self-employed. I may have had other jobs here and there occasionally, but more times than not, I am happier being my own boss, because no one can tell me what to do, or when I can take my vacation, or how much money I'm worth, or, or you need extra work to do or whatever, you know what I mean? So you guys follow your joy in whatever which direction that brings you in, you know what I mean? And being older and wiser is an amazing thing, because then you'll be able to help more people as well. So that's amazing too. Rock on, my beautiful people. Robin says, I knew the night before my mom passed, I was outside begging for her life to be spared, even though I knew it was her time. I can relate with that, my friend. I can relate with that. When my mother passed as well. All both different situations. They want me to bring that up too, because sometimes death can happen in different ways, right? Sometimes we can be prepared for it, and other times we are not prepared for it, right? Because with my mother being ill for so long, you know what I mean? It was like a relief. Her body was no longer in pain. She was no longer suffering. You know what I mean? And where it was my father, it was a freak accident. It was like, you know, there was no, it was like in a blink of an eye, you know what I mean, where that wasn't expected. So it's like how to feel through all of those different emotions, right? And people judge you even when you don't feel how they think you should feel about that, you know what I mean? I was like, I'd already cried for my mother for 3 years, you know what I mean? I was like I felt relief when she finally passed, because her body was no longer suffering, you know what I mean? So you just got to feel what you got to feel, and not everyone's going to feel what you feel, and it doesn't mean that it's not right and it's not wrong. It's what they need to feel. Okay, let everyone have their experiences are for the people to experience, and sometimes we experience it with them, and sometimes we watch it from the outside, them having that experience. You choose which part of that you're in, but don't judge them for that experience, okay, because that's what they chose. Just love on them if you can. Joy says, I can relate also. I told someone from a dream before my middle daughter was born exactly what she looked like. Very dark, long hair, dark features. Most babies are bald, and my husband and I were very fair. How cool is that? Yes, discernment is easy now. Discernment with everything. Everything and everyone. Everyone tap into your discernment. Woo! That meter's got to be on. Woo! There's a bullshit meter, and there's like, oh, that's my truth. That's my truth. Okay, so yes, we have to discern through everything now. Everything is amazing. It's never too late. Yes, the same for me. Mom was long and suffering, and dad was sudden. Interesting that it was exactly like that. Yeah. It's crazy how it was just like crazy time. I know a lot that has come and is coming. It can change, but not much. But not much. Here's the thing. There's going to be so much that changes because we've been on the wrong trajectory for a very long time. Okay. And we have the ability, you each have the ability to change this trajectory. Okay. It's like we've all been kind of like going along this way, right? And they're like, oh, this way is not fun anymore. Let's try this way. And then all of a sudden, it's so funny. I just see two schools of fish. One's going this way and one's going this way. Okay. So I don't know who needs the fish analogy, but there it is. But anyways, so the fishies go that way, and these other little fishies go this way, okay? And we're going to go over here and see what's in this pond over here, because we're going to go create this new pond over here, and you guys can live in this swamp. That's what it is. Swamp is over here. So funny they're using swamp. But anyways, the swamp is over here, and we're not following that path anymore. We're going to go over here to this crystal clean pond over here that we can create from, and they can just stay in the swamp, right? Because they're with the alligators and all that. We're all with the pretty fishes and the landscaping and over stuff over here. But anyways, we're all starting to get ready to create all this newness, right? Because we've recognized that the swamp is not a pretty place for everyone to be, right? And it's very heavy in energy. And over here in this new crystal light pond, you know, or this lake, all this beauty is happening, or even into the ocean, right? Into the ocean waters where you can go to everywhere. And they also want me to remind you of your connection to water, okay? Because each and every one of you are 90% water, my friends, right? We are a lot water. So remember that you need to be drinking your water. So I think someone needed to hear that out there. You need to be paying attention to your water, right? Okay. So they want you to be Water. Water is your key word for today. Experience. Experience is the big key word today. What is your experience, and what would you like to experience next? It's kind of like it's so funny. They just showed me like what is it? It's just showing me a commercial. So see yourself as like creating your life like a commercial. I don't know why that's a commercial, but anyways, stay away from TV. It's bad. But they want you to focus on what it is that you are creating. Okay, they want you to create joy and happiness with your life, with your family, with your friends, with whatever job that you want to have, that career that you want to create for yourself. And they want you to create it in every avenue in your life. And if you do not have it in every avenue of your life right now, look at it and say, how can I change this? What can I do differently? Okay? That's what I want to know. As they burp more. You guys, I want you to know that the energy changes a lot. So I want you to pay attention to your energy flow within your body. If you need to go outside and touch nature, please do that. Please do that. They had me out there this morning weeding my little flower beds. Okay, so it was like I had my hands in the dirt. I did not like that the mosquito bit me twice. So that means there's something in my life that is still irritating me besides that little mosquito. So I will be looking at that to see what that is, right? So they're wanting you all to pay attention to what it is that you want to create moving forward so that you can have happiness, so that you can create the most happiness in your life. Okay, and connecting to your source, connecting to your energy, connecting into your angels, your guides, whoever it is that you're getting your information from. It can be the galactics, it can be anybody of the sort. Okay, because there is a plethora of energies out there in the multiverses and beyond, right? And beyond, because we're so multifaceted. I can't say that word. But anyways, there's a lot going on out there, and there's a lot of pieces to you. And I want you to know that each of you are happy, healthy, and whole as long as you believe you are. Believe in yourself. Believe in your love. Believe in your energy. Believe in what you have going on right now. I want you to feel that energy flowing through you, feeling that love flowing through you, feeling that energy being a part of you, feeling like you can zap it out there. You know what I mean? Feeling like you can do whatever it is that you need to do. If you need to part water, part water. If you need to part the sky, part the sky. Whatever it is, I want you to know that you have the energy and the abilities to do each and every bit of this. Okay, every bit of this you can do and more once we understand that we can use our energy with the grace of God again. Okay, because he's allowing us to see glimpses of how that's done or how that's going to be used. So that's awesome. Woo-hoo! Sage says, does anyone want me to come help me clean 5 storage units? Laugh out loud. Well, Sage, we'd have to know where you are for us to be able to volunteer. If it's a good vacation spot, I might say yes. I might go, yes, that would be a great vacation, even if I have to work. Because I'm a hard worker anyways. That's how we learned how to do things. So you guys, we're halfway through the month. September is moving very quickly. Time is going to be moving even quicker as we move forward. Okay. It's like, how did I say it yesterday? Oh, I hate when I forget words that I said yesterday and they were so good. I really got to write these down and have like notes on things and be like, but anyways, time and space is moving very fast. Oh, Mississippi. Woo! Can you drink your water there? That is Mississippi. MS is Mississippi, right? I'm so bad at my things. But anyways, boop, boop, boop. All right. So yes, every day is flying by. The energy is going to be flying even faster. You guys get into that lazy river, that flow, that God source. Allow the energy and the current to move you. Allow yourself to make those baby steps to move yourself forward and create the joy and happiness that you so deserve and desire in this lifetime. You have the magic, you have the abilities, you have the knowledge, you have the wisdom. You have it all. You just have to unlock the inside. Do some deep dives. Find out what you need to know about yourself inside. Absolutely know what you guys have going on. Woo! All right, you guys. I want you guys to have the most amazing, amazing week. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Love you guys.
Share your appreciation to our show hosts by submitting a testimonial for your favorite Goldylocks Productions show.